My assigned topic is all about the biomass energy and geothermal energy. Before I start my discussion, I first introduce myself. I am Mergrisi Traza from BSES 4A. First, what is biomass energy? As you can see in the screen, as we all know, biomass consists of all living plant matter as well as the organic waste derived from plants, humans, marine life, and animals. In addition, trees, grasses, animal dung, as well as sewage garbage, woods, construction residues, and other components of municipal waste are all examples of biomass. Biomass energy is the first form of energy exploited by man. Biomass is the natural energy for conversion of solar energy to high energy content products that can be stored, transported, and used conveniently. And what are the types of biomass? First, wood and agricultural products or the crops. Second, solid waste or garbage. Third, landfill gas. And fourth, lastly, the alcohol fuels. Characteristic of biomass energy. Number 1, biomass energy is renewable. Number 2, connected to farming economics. Number 3, multi-use in food, shelter, energy, and materials. Number 4, environmental concern include land and water use, fertilizer, and other nutrient requirements. Number 5, naturally diffused and distributed. Harvesting and transport and distribution are important. The main source of biomass energy is from the sun. Plants grow by the process of photosynthesis, in which the sunlight transforms to abundant raw materials, water and the carbon dioxide to carbohydrates and other complex organic compounds or great natural and commercial value. The advantages of biomass energy: number 1, it is renewable and domestic available. Number 2, it is dispersed nature, leverages and its potential impact by enabling it to function as a distributed energy source. And number 3, biomass derived products can substitute those of plastics and metallic products which required abundance of energy. Disadvantages of biomass energy: number 1, it has low energy content compared to coal and petroleum derived fuels. Number 2, intensive cultivation may stress water resource and deplete soil nutrients. Number 3, the wide dispersion of biomass combined with the law of intensity of production per unit land areas are serious disadvantages when there is a need to supply huge amounts of energy to a small area, and it has high cost of transportation. And let's proceed to my second assigned topic, which is the geothermal energy. So what is geothermal energy? Geothermal energy is a heat energy from the earth. That geo means earth and thermal means heat. Geothermal resources are reservoirs of hot water that exist or are human-made of varying temperature and depths below the earth's surface. There are different types of geothermal energy sources. Number 1, hot water reservoirs. As the name implies, these are reservoirs of hot underground water. Number 2, natural steam reservoirs. In this case, a hole dug ground can cause steam to come the surface. And lastly, number 3, geopressured reservoirs. In this type of reserves, brine completely saturated with natural gas and stored under pressure from the width of overlying rock. This type of resource can be used for both heat and for natural gas. Did you know geothermal energy has a harmful effects? Number 1, brine can salinate soil in the water, not injected back into the reserve after the heat is extracted. Number 2, extracting large amounts of water can cause land subsidence, and this can lead to an increase in seismic activity. To prevent this, the cold water must be injected back into the reserve in order to keep the water pressure constant underground. Geothermal energy has an advantages and disadvantages also. The advantages of geothermal energy is number 1, geothermal energy sourcing is good for the environment. Number 2, geothermal energy is reliable source of renewable energy. Number 3, geothermal energy system have high efficiency. If there is an advantages of geothermal energy, there is also a disadvantages. Number 1, the extraction of geothermal energy causes greenhouse emission. Number 2, there is a possibility of depletion in geothermal sources. Number 3, there is a high cost investment needed for geothermal system.